Hi everyone, welcome and good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Drew Daly, and I'm so excited. I'm coming to you from the cruise capital of the world. That's right, in Miami, Florida. But it gets better than that because we're aboard Celebrity Cruises ship, the Equinox, and I'm with the Vice President of Sales for Celebrity Cruises, Keith Lane. Keith, first of all, thank you so much for taking the time to join us tonight to talk through all things celebrity.
Hi everybody, this is great. No, I wish we were sailing though.
I know, that's the one thing. I mean, we got this opportunity to be on board and I wish we could stay for longer, but I know all of our guests and viewers that are watching right now, they want very much to learn more about the Celebrity Cruises experience and the difference. So that's what we're here for. We're having our cocktails, we're gonna have our conversation. So what is it about a celebrity cruise vacation that our guests, what can you tell them, our viewers?
You know, for me, we always like to convey the genuine aspect, and we have 5 pillars that we focus on, and one of those pillars is service. And the thing I like about it is you can do as much or as little as you want on any celebrity cruise for that matter, because some folks don't want to do everything on the daily and they don't want to go through everything that we offer, and some want to do everything. So I think it's choices and it's service that makes it really nice, in my opinion. There's a lot of other things that you can experience on a celebrity cruise, but it's kind of just being and relaxing on vacation, being who you are.
That's so important. And I think when your onboard atmosphere provides somebody to kind of choose what they want to do for their fun or relaxation, and you have so much on board. So what is it on board? Like, what's included with the celebrity cruise vacation?
Yeah, really everything is included except for the specialty dining, things like that. But for me, the heartbeat of the ship is the martini bar. If you go past the martini bar at any hour of the day, that's really where everybody gathers before they go to dinner, whether it's main dining or it's one of the specialty dining restaurants. That is the heartbeat. That's where all the fun happens. That's my favorite place on the ship. But there's so many other things you can do. There's so many little nooks and crannies. I think the neat thing that we did with our design of Solstice and Millennium class is we could have put more staterooms on the ship, but we didn't. So there's more space to person ratio than most other cruise lines. So you can get lost in a book, or you can go on the solarium or anywhere around the pool and just relax and fall asleep and kind of just chill. And I think that's the neat thing, is you don't feel crammed on any of our ships with other folks, but yet you're on with a lot of other people. So it makes it kind of nice.
And what's so great about it too is as you're up, even in the Sky Lounge where we're right now, we stopped at the martini bar on the way up and got our nice
I'm dying to have a sip with you.
I know. We'll have to hold off for that for a minute or two. But the views from the ship, everywhere you look when you're sailing, and you're just always at one with the ocean, and certainly being in the Caribbean and going to the Caribbean. So let's talk a little bit about that. Where does Celebrity Cruises travel to?
Yeah, and it's interesting you say that, one with the ocean. One of our other pillars is design. And we want you to feel like that. We want you to feel connected to the sea, and that's a beautiful thing. But we go everywhere, all 7 continents. We have several countries, several hundred countries that we go to. But one of the coolest things is what we're on right now is the Caribbean. This particular ship is year-round in the Caribbean. But that's one thing that we really try to highlight, is not only that Celebrity is in the Caribbean year-round, that's one important point, and that we go to all 7 continents. I think that's another one, because when people come up with their dream lists, we want them to think of Celebrity Cruises of going to all 7 continents. And that's kind of a buzz now in the industry and with travelers, is that, hey, I've only been to 5, but I'm going to go to 2 more continents. Well, you can do that with Celebrity Cruises.
And being year-round, sailing from Miami to the Caribbean is certainly a cornerstone, and being able to visit some of the unique ports of call in the Caribbean. What are some of your favorite destinations?
My absolute favorite are the little boutique Caribbean islands. And if you look at our itineraries, we do some 10, some 11, and then in summer we go straight 7. But there really isn't a Caribbean island that I don't like. I know that sounds kind of general. I like the Caribbean islands like St. Kitts, St. Bart's, St. Martin, where you can go and just escape, relax, and chill. That's my style. But if you want to do other activities like ATVs and all kinds of other excursions that we offer, you can certainly do that in all the Caribbean islands. So to answer your question, it's the smaller boutique islands that I really like.
Great. And there's so much to do and so many hidden gems in the Caribbean, to your point, whether it's snorkeling, shopping, or just staying on board the ship and getting a spa treatment.
And a lot of people do that on port days, for sure.
So talk to me about that, because we have a lot of fitness-minded and people that want more mindfulness and relaxation. What is the spa experience like on board Celebrity?
Well, I'd be remiss if I didn't call out Aqua Class, which is a class on the ship. Aqua Class, and you actually have your own specialty dining restaurant called Blue. and you get really healthy, conscious type food, but you also get the spa experience. So Canyon Ranch is who we've partnered with our spa, and you get to have a beautiful experience when you book in the Aqua Class category, but our spas are phenomenal. We really focus on the tranquility and the relaxation, whether you want to get a facial, a massage, a couples massage.
And who doesn't want to get a facial or relax, a couples massage or anything like that? Yeah. That's great.
So it's a really great experience. We put a lot of
Now,
focus.
Aqua Class, is there any, is that easier access? You mentioned about being near the spa, the cabins near the spa, or?
They're near the spa, but you get kind of private access to the spa. And you get to just enjoy that whole healthy and wellness kind of feeling. Also, in our solarium, we have the Aqua Class or Aqua Spa Cafe, where you can get healthy smoothies and all kinds of health conscious. Now, if you want to have some red meat, or you want to have some other things in blue or in other areas of the ship, you can certainly get that. And I don't want to give off the vibe that blue is only health conscious food. There are some other options as well.
So you mentioned that, and we're getting a lot of questions that are coming in. So one thing too, for all of you, that if you have questions, make sure to talk to your travel professional and they can help answer any of the questions that Keith or I go through regarding celebrity cruises. But one specifically you mentioned about specialty restaurants in blue. Right. So, and I know obviously all meals are included on board the ship, but if a guest wanted to, there's opportunities and options where they can choose to, for a nominal fee, dine in whether one of the specialty restaurants. Can you just talk about some of those that are available to all the guests?
Oh man, you're making my mouth water.
Yeah.
Murano and Tuscan. We have Cuisine, which was the first restaurant to ever use an iPad as a menu. It's a very interactive experience. So it is a nominal fee. But when I think of, let's just say Murano is a 5 to 6 course experience, really, where if you were to go anywhere on land, you would pay 5 times what you pay for the amount that we charge on the ship for this specialty dining experience. We have the butterfly service, where when you order, everybody receives their meals at once, depending on the course. Just a beautiful experience. And then Tuscan, which is a kind of an Italian steakhouse. Just a wonderful, you can cut your steak with your fork. I mean, that's how well prepared the meat is. And then, as I mentioned, Cuisine. We have some others depending on the ship you're on, but absolutely, I strongly recommend doing specialty dining. If you're doing a 7-night, I highly recommend you do at least 2 specialty dining. But the main dining room is just as great. So it's a tough choice.
And that is one of the things I have to say is a testament to what Celebrity Cruises provides, are the options, right? So in terms of dining experiences, you mentioned it, if someone's at home, they can choose to go to a steak restaurant, Italian restaurant, but you have that on board the ship, and really the culinary experience is unmatched. And not to mention whether it's the steak or whether it's Italian, but Cuisine, the amazing desserts on board.
Absolutely.
I still am trying to lose some weight for my last Celebrity
Well, we have
cruise.
the gym, so you can go to the gym. We have state-of-the-art gyms where you can do anything that you do on land, you can do with us while you're cruising with us. And it's funny, for me, I actually work out more when I cruise than I do at home. So I think that's a good thing, though, to your point. So you can indulge in the dessert and then wake up and do yoga in the morning, or run, or do whatever you enjoy doing.
So one of the things we talked about was your favorite destinations and in the Caribbean, but what does Celebrity Cruises provide that's unique for someone that wants to do tours? Or is there any product that Celebrity kind of offers that it maybe not be in, maybe it is the Caribbean, maybe it's not, but if there's other options available to
Yeah, absolutely. We know that not everybody wants to get on a bus and do a big tour with a large group of people, so we do have private journeys and private tours that we can set up.
That's great.
If you request it through your travel professional. And it can be just your family, it can be a small group of people, but you can really get immersed in the local culture, specifically in Europe and in places like that, where it's really about community and understanding the vibe of the local culture. And I've personally done those, and they're phenomenal. You can actually meet with local families and go into their homes and just do really unique experiences. Or our chefs will do an excursion with you, go and find the food with you, and then come back and cook it that night. So it's a pretty cool thing with cocktail and wine pairings as well. So anything you can imagine, we can create.
I think we have a lot of stops on it before we get off the ship to stop at different places to have some of these culinary delights. Now, one of the things when we think of, and with our viewers, that maybe have never been on a cruise before, and multi-generational travel is something that's on the rise, right?
Sure.
So where people are traveling with, passengers of all ages. So what is the family experience like on board Celebrity? Does Celebrity Cruises offer a kids program? And what does that look like, and what can parents or grandparents expect to do with their kids on board?
It's a great question. I actually just went on a land-based vacation with my mom and dad and my family, and I actually prefer being on a ship, and I'll tell you why. We were all in the same house on this land-based, and the beautiful thing about a ship with multi-generational is everybody goes back to their own staterooms. You can meet, but you can still wander on the ship. You can meet in the evenings or before your excursion. You're absolutely right. We have a great camp at sea program, and the cool thing about Celebrity is we try to focus on learning and also having fun at the same time. So we have STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and we try to make having fun incorporate it with the STEM learnings, which children love. They can do the GoPros, go around, so you have a teen saying, I'm bored, get a GoPro, let them record everything that you do together as a family, and actually at the end, we teach them how to put together a nice video and DVD on the entire experience for the family. And those are just a few small things, but the neatest thing is, if grandma and grandpa go, mom and dad and the kids, everybody can pick what they want to do, go relax, meet up for lunch, and then go do their own thing again and meet up again for dinner, have a great dinner together. And then if grandma and grandpa want to go to bed, mom and dad want to go out, and the kids want to go back to the kids program, everybody can do that and just have a great time.
I think I need to go to that GoPro class, right?
I would love it.
I know, right? And well, it sounds like there's lots of different things. And one of the unique features on some of your ships is what's called the Lawn Club.
That's right.
And I think you were explaining earlier too, they even do some camping.
They do.
So what is that for? Kids can camp out?
Actually, on the Lawn Club, they do little tents, and we do not a real fire, but we do the illuminate type fire, and we have tell camp side stories. And just have a great time up there.
Well, and how cool, 'cause it's a great place to see the stars from the middle of the
Absolutely.
Middle of the sea, right? So,
we do that as well, so you're helping me out there. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, well, first of all, it's one of my favorite places on the ship because it's like a little haven, right? So ultimately, when you think of the Lawn Club, what can adults expect to have when they're during the day or at night there?
I think the coolest thing, and my wife and I actually did it, we did the British Isles a few years ago, and we actually did a picnic up there with wine. So you can do a picnic with wine, you can pick what you have in the basket. We lay a nice little blanket down. And to your point, you can do it in the day, you can do it in the evening. You look up at the stars. The breeze up there is always phenomenal and very pleasant, depending on the time of the year. But yeah, that's my favorite. There's other things you can do. A lot of other things.
Did I see croquet one time?
Croquet, you can putt. You can, rent.
And even as people are watching and listening and hearing this right now, they're like, wait, there's grass on the ship?
Oh, yeah, so there's grass. Real grass.
Real grass, that's true.
Yeah.
So with respects to other things when it comes to atmosphere on board, and I think it rolls up into your brand essence, what you hear of is and what we talk about, and you certainly put out there to your customers and to everyone on board is modern luxury.
Absolutely.
So what is modern luxury, and how does that differ, and how does that set Celebrity Cruises apart from any other cruise line?
Yeah, it's just honestly, modern luxury to us is not stuffy. It's the finer things in life, but not stuffy. You can relax, as we said earlier, you can do the things you enjoy, but you can go to a 5-star meal, have an unbelievable dining experience. You can go up to the martini bar and get the best possible liquors mixed with, your favorite martini. But it's just like a country club environment that's very relaxed and not stuffy. I would say that's it. We obviously have our elevator speeches that we give on why do we call it modern, but it's modern, it's hip. If you look at the design of our ships, all of our ships, inside and out, it's a more modern, hip design and just not stuffy.
Well, and I think one of the things, even when you board the ship, you get greeted with the glass of champagne or juice, and that's a differentiator. It's almost like you're welcoming people back or welcoming them home, right?
Yep, absolutely, and that's the intent.
And so who is the ideal customer for Celebrity Cruises?
I think somebody who loves great service, loves it when you receive that service as somebody remembers your name and actually the drink that you like, whether it's water, whether it's a soft drink, or whether it's a mixed drink. But it's also somebody who really loves to pick what they want to do on a daily basis, see the world, see the 7 continents, but do it in a modern luxury, non-stuffy environment. I think that is who we are looking for. And if you were to talk to guests that cruise with us, they would tell you that's what they receive.
Why should they use a travel agent? What is a travel agent? How do they help in the process and for celebrity and selling and making sure consumers are aware of your product?
For me, it's all about expectations, and a travel professional, they do it every day, and they know our product very, very well, and they are going to make sure that you're in the right stateroom, which is very important, that you're in a balcony or above, in my opinion, because the worst thing that you can do is decide on your own to go in a stateroom that's the wrong stateroom for you, and then you're not going to have the experience you need. So a travel professional puts it all together. They make sure they highlight the ports of calls for you, and they expound on, hey, you should really do this excursion, and you should make sure you're in this stateroom, and oh, by the way, you should do these specialty dinings, go to main dining versus late. All the little things that can be overwhelming, that travel professional takes care of it for you so that you have the most fantastic time. And then when you come back the next time, that travel professional can set your next experience up for you. So I just think it's peace of mind is why you use a travel professional.
Yeah, and I think, and thank you, and certainly for all of you taking advantage of joining us this evening to talk through and hear from Keith and talk about and learn more about Celebrity Cruises. We have a great deal for you. But before I talk about that, I want to ask Keith to kind of educate us all on what is their consumer-facing offer? What is your promotional offers that if somebody wants to book a celebrity cruise today, which I know all of our viewers do today, right? But what is the offer that's out there for them?
Right now, it's a great offer. It's 2 perks. So you basically can pick a beverage package or Wi-Fi or whatever it is. We have the options. It's 2 perks plus 50% off thirds and fourths.
So wait, so somebody books a celebrity cruise. They bring their kids,
That's
third
right.
and fourth passengers, 50% off.
That's right.
Then they get drinks included.
Yep.
Or whatever perk they want to choose, Wi-Fi. So, and that's in addition to what's already inclusive, the amazing accommodations on board, the meals on board, entertainment.
That's right.
We haven't even talked about that,
No,
but
we
these
haven't.
are, like that's, so they're going to get that's pretty much giving everybody the kitchen sink
It's
too.
an incredible deal right now.
But actually, we have something even more. So this is another reason why you want to talk to your travel agent after this virtual cruise event, is that we're going to give, on top of those 2 perks and the 50% off third and fourth, you will get a $100 onboard credit. Regardless
Amazing.
of what category stateroom you book, whether it's inside, ocean view, balcony, and we didn't even talk about the suite class, which I want to talk about in a minute or so. But this is an amazing offer. It doesn't get better than this. You want to talk to your travel agent today and book your next celebrity cruise.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
So I think one of the things as we talk through categories and the suite class, when we think of that, if somebody wants to and is used to a certain experience when they're staying at a hotel, what options does Celebrity offer that's more upscale?
Yeah, I think it is. It's a suite class. The neatest thing about the suite class, in my opinion, is Luminae. So you have your own dedicated restaurant. You can have breakfast,
So the suite
lunch,
class
and
gets
dinner.
their own dedicated
Absolutely.
restaurant.
And Luminae is just fantastic. I mean, and you can still go to the other restaurants, but Luminae is your exclusive dining experience. You also get more amenities when you book with us in suite class as well. And depending on the suite, you can have butler service. There's just so many other things that come with the different categories of the suites that it just create an exclusive environment. There are a number of things we're doing to expound on that. Michael's Club, you get preferential boarding and embarking and debarking. There's just a lot of nice things you get when you go into the suite class experience.
And so one thing you should consider as you're thinking about your next celebrity cruise is make sure to talk to your travel agent about the different options of accommodations on board. There's a variety, but always just ask them to break it down in the cost difference per day, per person, because I promise you'll be surprised at how much less it is just to go up to that one little next category, which makes all the difference in the world. It could be to a balcony stateroom where you enjoy coffee every morning with fresh air as you're overlooking one of the great ports of the Caribbean.
And that's, again, the reason to use a travel professional is just that. You may be a couple $100 away from this even better experience, and a travel professional will help you make that decision and kind of lay it out for you.
In the Caribbean, I mean, I think that's one thing as I want to just bring up again as we look to opportunity. Would you say that's the biggest opportunity in terms of a destination right now where a consumer can get advantage of some of the best offers?
I would from a pricing standpoint and the amenities, and then that great offer that you just gave, the $100 OBC on all categories. Absolutely, I'd book it right now.
That's right. Well, I think I'm going to try to book it as soon as we finish this.
You and I are sailing on this one.
That's right. We're going to definitely do that. And I think, from that perspective, when you think of the Caribbean, there's lots of options, but it's year-round. Celebrity is year-round out of Miami or in Fort Lauderdale in certain parts of the year,
Yes.
sailing to the Caribbean.
Yep, year-round on Equinox, the ship we're actually on right now.
Great. And then there's also what I think is unique too, even with this ship, is there are different itineraries.
There are.
Like in the summer, it's a 7-night round trip,
That's right.
but they also offer 8 and 10 nights throughout the winter season as well.
I think there's even an 11-night, yes.
So
absolutely.
it allows people to go further into the Caribbean and see some of the further, southern Caribbean islands and
Yep.
just some of those unique ports.
Yeah, you got to go longer to go deeper into the Southern Caribbean for sure.
So there's so much going on with Celebrity Cruises.
is.
Right. What's on the horizon? What's new? Is there anything
Wow, there's a lot new coming up. There is Edge.
new? Edge.
Edge is our newest of the family class of ships, which comes in December. And
That's just right around the corner.
It's right around the corner. It is so exciting because everything you talked about being closer to the sea, Edge, just from a hardware standpoint, so design, is just incredible. But that's not all. We're going to go and kind of redesign our other 2 classes, which is Solstice class that we're on and Millennium class, and we're going to do a lot of Edge type stuff on those 2 ships over the next couple of years. So really excited about that. And then Galapagos. You talk about really being able to brag at Thanksgiving dinner on where you've been. Galapagos is just, I know you were just there.
Yeah, it's
I was
amazing.
there last summer, but we have a brand new ship in the Galapagos coming out, which is Flora, and it's an all-suite experience. The first ship ever designed for the Galapagos. So as you know, when you're putting your wetsuit on, this now has the place where you can pull right up, take your wetsuit off, hang it, shower, and then go to your stateroom. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful ship. There is so much going on with Celebrity over the next couple of years.
Yeah, and so it's very exciting, and certainly congrats on all of what's
you.
coming ahead. But even Galapagos, to your point, it's such a magical destination where you get to interact with marine life and animals that have just really been untouched. And only there's a cap of how many people can go there in a year. So
right.
the fact that Celebrity Cruises has been there for over 10 years now.
Yes, oh yeah.
Right? So you're even expanding with the Flora coming out and just that experience. Like it's definitely, if that's on your bucket list, you should absolutely speak to your travel agent about what are the options and even save up for it or whatever that case is. But we know there's limited availability just due to the restrictions of the number of people allowed each year to go. And it's really not that far to get there.
No, not at all, especially from Florida.
So how many ships are in the entire Celebrity Cruise fleet?
Well, we will, currently, before Edge, we have 9 in the Solstice and Millennium. We have 3 in the Galapagos, so that's 12, but Edge will be 13.
So you talk Edge, like that's really game changing.
Oh yeah.
So I hear about a magic carpet, and it kind of blows me away when I see these artist renditions come to life. What is that about?
Magic carpet is not a ride, so that's one thing we have to say. It moves. It's on the side of the ship. It will forever change tendering. And you asked about modern luxury. We on Edge have now created a modern luxury tendering experience. There will actually be a bar down there, and you can actually interact, and the actual tenders look like the decor of the ship. You know, tenders are typically something you would see in the Navy.
Well, it becomes more of your transport. You're like,
Right.
oh, I have to take this boat to get me here.
And now it's air conditioned with the same aesthetics that we have on the ship. It's got that modern luxury feel, just a beautiful tendering experience. But that's not all. The magic carpet goes up, and then on deck 5 you can have an experience, and as it goes up to the very top, so you kind of look out where we are now, but imagine being up 14 more decks, or not 14 more decks, a few more decks, because we're already up high.
Right.
But on the highest level, we have dining on the Edge. And it's a specialty dining experience where all you're doing is looking at the ocean.
And so it's an outdoor dining experience.
Outdoor dining experience on the side of the ship, yeah.
That's
Beautiful.
awesome. I can't wait to experience
Oh, it's
it.
beautiful. And then there's the pool experience, and then there's also, on a few other decks, we have other interactive bar type experiences and food.
And is there anything else on Edge that you can talk about?
You know, there's a couple things. Tablemation is one of the things where it's actually an interactive dining experience. It's going to be a specialty restaurant where you can actually see this little chef for dessert. Little chef comes out of a little igloo, comes around your plate. It feels like it's in 3D, technology. Throws the scoop of ice cream on your plate, and you're watching all of this visually. It's just amazing. It's hard to describe.
How can you buy that and take it home with you? That's what I'd want.
But you get to experience it, and then the second he's finished, butterfly service comes out, and you actually have a replica of what just happened in front of you. A little ship sails across your table. It is amazing. But there's Eden. I mean, we could spend 3 hours on Edge.
But actually, that's a good point. You should absolutely talk to your travel agent about Celebrity Edge and what's coming up, and have them show you some of the videos and some of the content that's on their website, because it really is remarkable. I mean, you're taking innovation to the next level to provide the guest experience that's more entertaining, and it's something they would not get on a land-based vacation.
Absolutely.
And certainly not on any other cruise vacation.
Nope.
Because there's really only a Celebrity Cruise.
That's right. It's only a Celebrity Cruise.
So, well, first and foremost, I just want to thank you so much for taking the time and allowing us to be on board your beautiful ship, the Equinox, and sailing to the Caribbean year-round out of Miami. Lots of opportunities. I know that's one thing I have to do, is make sure to book myself today.
That's right.
I know all of you have to take the time to book yourselves as well, because this promotional offer is going to come to an end. So you want to take advantage of the 2 perks, plus third and fourth 50% off, and the $100 onboard credit. It does not get better than this. And thanks again to all of you for joining us, and cheers to you, and we look forward to you booking your next Celebrity Cruise with us. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh yeah, that's
a
good.
good martini. Bye everyone, thank you.
Bye.